Grand Rising, everyone. It's Shay Seeking, and welcome back. So again, this whole thing about misinformation. So I want to go ahead and let you guys know that that's not what I do here. Okay, I have ways of seeing through bull stuff, like reading between the lines. I can also tell as being someone who has been targeted. I don't know if they're testing out the gifts or I don't know exactly what they're doing or whatever, but there's been an energy, right? So we got some bucks, right? There's a lot to do with bucks around here. So I was just sitting here cruising through, looking at the media. I see all these little storylines, and I can kind of read between the lines as to what they're really saying sometimes. But this one was very mysterious to me because when I looked at this picture of this person, they said that in Brown Deer, a man died from a tree branch that was falling. So it made me think about trees and family trees and trees from the biblical text and trees being cut down, trees from the historical level, which meant people. I was talking about certain families, bloodlines. It made me think about friends. It made me think about the energy of when Selah comes, which makes me think about my best friend. And the fact that she, her daughter's name is that, right? So all throughout this journey, there's been something about this name. It's her name. And so she's been asking me, what about your friends? Who your friends? Are they going to stand the ground? Whatever. I was led back to my childhood home about 2 weeks ago. And I was in the area. When I was in the area, I felt the presence of the twin flame. I don't know why I was there. I was just taking a ride. It's almost like he was calling me. Something was calling me. And on the way there, I saw there was like a concrete business with his name, okay? And I don't know why, like that stood out to me. It's almost like this twin flame went back to my old neighborhood which would be maybe his old neighborhood, if I'm thinking about this correctly. Vibed with the people there, but I wasn't really aware that this was going on. They knew. They were all knowing that either this person was coming to, I don't know, it's like a long lost relationship or something, I don't know, to get back with me or back at me. I don't know. But this freaked me out because when I was looking behind him, I'm like, that's my house. This is my childhood home. I went there the other day. I went there, not too long ago. And I went and, there's something missing here. I believe. Something missing. Hold on. Why does it look like a face? Yeah, that look like a face right there, don't it, y'all? I don't think I can make it bigger. Don't that look like a face smiling? Like a statue? Well, damn. Don't it look like a whole bunch of them? Look at that. Look at that. Look at that. Because I don't see that clear. I didn't see that clearly when I was watching it. Look at that. We do these kind of videos on this channel. It makes me think about Sekhmet, mother of images. And the guy here looks a lot like my friend's brother. But when they widen the spectrum, the neighborhood definitely doesn't look the same. But this is what I'm saying about what can we believe what our eyes can see. Bludgeoned to death. Right? Bludgeoned to death. The tree, they can't really give any, and it's just, this crime scene is just so like abundant. Like there's the crime person out there taking pictures. There's somebody bending down on the floor on their knee 2 or 3 times in front of a truck. There's just some awkward shit going on in this scene. You guys can probably Google it yourself or look it up on YouTube. It says a man dies from a falling tree branch. And it's in Brown Deer, Wisconsin, supposedly. But that's what I said about tricks of the trade, tricks of the eyes and of the mind. This is exactly what this house looks like. And it's making me think about, I remember, sneaking into your pool, right? Made me think about a sacred pool after childhood, after dances or something like that. Your house felt like the Hamptons. I'm hearing you deserve it, right? I put all the money in your accounts back, right? I just wonder how deep this thing goes. Is this the point again? Like I said, my best friend's wedding. That's where I got married, at that Cuneo Museum. The last time I looked at images of my friend, which it just so happens that she could have been linked to my address, right? I didn't realize that this was something that's not proper. And when I found out, I let her know, hey, I need you to take your address off or whatever. Because I heard that, that might be illegal or whatever. And she said, cool. And that's the last thing I heard from her. The Brown Deer. Because it seems like if this was my best friend, so if somebody was coming back to look at me, and matter of fact, this person knew my then time high school sweetheart before I did. And I remember a story about like playing a game and them kissing or something, right? But it was never weird or anything like that. And they didn't say it went further than that, and it was never weird, so... Would make me think, like, why would you come back and speak to those people and not speak to me? If this is a case of someone faking their death and running off, and then there be a replacement placed around me. A look-alike, a doppelganger energy. And there's also this energy today, like I said, my daughter is going to be going on a flight today. Right? So when I seen that whole thing, where she's going, I'm like, okay, right there, that's where the fire was on that chart, on that card that we were reading. So it reminds me of the Fire King. And it's almost like this whole dispersal or something is going on. And I'm going to be left holding the bag with no money. It's almost like even some sneaky Pete. Is that the Seven of Swords, I believe. It's almost like somebody, like I said, I feel like in my sleep, there's been like jokes made about, look, because I'm like, unless something has happened in my sleep, why is the door unlocked when I wake up in the morning? And it's just like, there's been this thing like about immaculate conception, but I always think deeper. What could that really mean? But there's this energy here, like about some holy child or something, right? I don't know if it's somebody else or I don't know. But I feel like, again, the energy of the Fire King and my daughter leaving, and she's like, she's young. And she's at the point where she's like at her breaking point with the baby. And so I did break through, like I said, because, she agreed to tip me, and I have plans. Possibly. So, but I feel like it's too late for whatever plans. I'm hearing I'm emotional, I can't let go. So I feel like whatever this is like a really rotten, dirty trick. Now, these are just speculations, right? I'll decipher what a speculation is when I feel like it's more of a speculation. But I did do that video of like I said, because I don't know if these people are aware of what's going on around them. That's why I can't really be upset with everybody's just acting like there's nothing. And you know what I'm saying? Didn't it seem like nothing? Like I can't go behind their back and see what really, I just know that there's a lot of conversations going on behind my back. But I feel like the ancestors are really in this right now to help me out. So I feel like the brown deer and the white deer represent the two goats. And I feel like, did somebody do this to somebody? Did somebody harm somebody? You see what I'm saying? Because they weren't able to kill me. Maybe this person didn't want to harm me. They knew that when they brought this upon, if things didn't go right, something would happen. It would have to happen to me. And if it couldn't happen to me, then maybe something could happen to them, like some sick ritual or something. And what would people do to conceal? I told you, I put that post up, family and friends, you start asking about stolen money and family and friends be acting funny. It's about the remain in Mexico energy. When they said remain in Mexico a long time ago, that let me know at that time I felt the separation between me. It's like a departed, dearly departed, right? I felt the separation, and I knew exactly that they were saying, this is the person I grew up in. Their house is right by this house, right behind it. So this is the person that I grew up with, 15 years old, you know what I'm saying, is when I met her. But it's almost like I've been separated and even, connected to one of these masculine energies in their livelihood. It's like a piece of me is with them. It's weird. It's like these are the females that are at the royal court, or were at the royal court. And the girl that lived right across from me, I picked up on her energy with the Capricorn energy last month. I hadn't seen her anywhere on social media or anything for years. And she came up in my feed. And then I was watching a video one day, and I did a video about this, I believe. I saw this woman, and I said, that is that girl's fucking mother. She's the one that used to hate on me and tell my dad that my boyfriend at the time was coming to my house. And in the morning, to come pick me up after my dad and them left, he would come to the house. We would chill for a little bit, me, him, my sisters, or whatever, and then he would drive us to school every day. And the girl across the street's mom would tell on me or whatever. She was really strict and really weird with her daughter. And I called her out on that channel, and she said, well, I don't know what you're talking about. No, I know what I'm talking about, and that's that girl's mom, Natalie's mom. Right? And she ended up basically taking over, being my friend's best friend after I had my baby. I was like 19 when I had my first child. And I moved away from that neighborhood and moved a little bit more north than that. And I remember looking like I've always been kind of cool with her, but I know that there has something to do with her and some guy kidnapping some people, or kidnapping someone and killing someone. Oh my goodness. And it was around the time I found that, I don't know if it's a fake death certificate or what, but if that was 10 years ago, could it have been, you see what I'm saying? Oh my goodness. If I moved away, could this person still have been lurking around in the neighborhood as himself? Because I feel like this has something to do with the fountain of youth. I don't think it's in the ground. I think it has something to do with root or sacred energy. My first, my last, my everything. Okay? I keep hearing go get it. I don't know what that means though. There's several places where I'm led to, and I just peep out the scene and feel out the energy in those areas. But I wonder if this is, again, another faking of a death, right? So that these people can run off together. Like I said, the same thing. That's not a speculation. That has been something that has been ruminating this whole time for the past couple months. The part about my child, right? I did a video about her going out of town, and she sent me a picture of her place that she was staying on. And it was like off the coast or whatever. And it was a really nice thing. It was like off the ocean, the balcony and everything like that. And at the same time, the brown goat supposedly was in Florida though. She said she went to California, but the brown goat was supposedly in Florida and had taken some pictures. And I think they wanted me to see. They wanted me to know. This is what I'm saying what these people do. Some can end up missing from my house, and I'm watching a tarot reader, and what's missing from my house, it's something that anybody can have, like a book. And I see the book that I'm missing from my house sitting right there on the corner. This person doesn't never really have this stuff there. But for some reason that day, I tuned in on that book. I had been looking for the book the day before. Then I tuned in on that book. The person had it right there. And I'm like, this is the weird shit that I'm talking about, y'all. It's like telekinesis, telepathic, teleporting, astral projecting. I don't know if it may have something to do with remote viewing, some of these things. But again, like I said, we're dealing with energy though. Can energy be transferable? That I'm feeling depleted right now. Can somebody else have been charging themselves up on my energy? And so if it depends on portals and locations and things like this, right? Could they be fearing? Because the whole thing is, my whole point was to connect with this individual if this is what this case is. To just reconcile in some kind of way. But I feel like this scares them and they're running away. They don't see that. I can't see their personal life. I can't see what they're actually doing. I can't see that. I just see and sense other things around. Right? I get what people say, what they do, their mannerisms. I can just tell. Like I can just tell these things. These females that kind of like have the same mannerisms, their dressing alike, their hair is alike, they do the same business, they deal their tarot cards the same way. It's like they're replicas. You understand what I'm saying? So I know that they're connected to this particular masculine, right? Or because of their, it's something that brings me there anyway, because again, I don't waste my time on anything that is not resonate or anything that is not going to unravel something for me. So it makes me think, is this some shit here? Okay? That has necessarily been, again, going on because, come on now. This home, I was just there, right? My dad owns the house from the last thing I thought. He owned the house. He never told me that he sold the house or anything like that. He owns the house. So I did go up to the house, but the person that opened up the door was not, actually the dog kind of bit my pants. But the person, I wasn't expecting that particular person to open the door, okay? So I was like, oh, I have the wrong address, and I just left. Just the smirk on this guy's face while he's doing the video. And they stretch out the camera, and like I said, for sure, it's not the same looking like the neighborhood. But it's just like, you know what I'm saying? Like, we did stuff like this is what I used to do on my channel. This is what I used to do on my platform. This is what I used to do. And also, I see that, now I told you about the goats, right? But the goats have lineage. So this also makes me think about this dude named Michael. Now, there's the energy of Michael Young attached to some artwork that was off the lake when I went, I just went and looked at a couple of these sculptures and stuff that was at the lake. And it said Michael Young. So I'm hearing forever young, right? And then it made me think about how my sister was saying that, at her uncle's house, they had a party or whatever, within the past 5 years, I'll say. And she was like, guess who was there? And girl, he couldn't stop talking about you, asking about you. Right? So then the other day when I was looking at some pictures again of some of these people on Instagram that have to do with some of the goats, I noticed that this guy was right there that looked just like the boy. That was my first boyfriend when I moved to the house. That would have been my first boyfriend when I was 15. But since we're talking about energy, lineage, and transferable energy and possibly data, I'm just questioning things. Is that who it is? Right? And again, to deal as above, so below, to deal with their higher self. Think about that. The people that are in elevated statuses or that are in their high most high self, or in that north node or whatever, they are going to be the conduits, or the, you know what I'm saying, you know, communications or whatever of this. That's why I feel like sometimes when I'm looking at the soulmate that is here, it seems like his higher self is connected to the individual that would be in an elevated status. That was there, like this vassal is here, but this person is not emotional. They're not anything like, you know, they're not sensitive. They're not romantic. They're not any of that. But when it comes to like the whole thing, it was like when it comes to the energy of a lover boy or something like that. I feel like that part, that higher self, and I feel like what it was doing at one point in time was like leading me away. But then at some point in time, it felt like that higher self, lover boy energy was supposed to push me closer to the vassal that's here. But the vassal doesn't want to do the work to go to his most high self. So it's just a low vibrating energy. And I'm high vibrating. So my energy is going to match with the high vibrating part of that family, that leader of that tribe, that leader of that. You see what I'm saying? Which would make you weird, or, you know, people be wondering what's wrong with you when it comes to your family and friends. So the lower vibrating energy may have love for me, but he maybe didn't do the work, like the temperance card, to walk up or walk that path. You know, even we see the moon card, he's in the water. He didn't walk up that path to that higher self. I was supposed to help him with that. But I feel like he got distracted with money, clothes, hoes, and fucking friends. Now, this don't have to be the goat. This could be, again, somebody that's connected to the goat. You see what I'm saying? Through lineage. All right? This is what I feel. If you look right here, that look like a face right there. Look, I'm telling you, and these is people. This person is really tall. Look at this. It's like ancestors are standing out there. And matter of fact, the house right next door look a lot like this, but no, this is the way that this house is. Look at that. That look like George Washington, actually. These are ants. Look at them ghosts. Y'all see that? Look at it. Look, this is like old Mother Hubbard. This is who this look like right here over to the left. And look at this red thing floating up from there, that blood or whatever. I mean, it looks like blood, but it's a flag. It's a flag flowing, but look at it. Look at this. You know, I wonder if this is what this is. I'm hearing like kids see ghosts. I'm just wondering. Like I said, again, this part is speculatory, but I really do feel like there is a connection. Whether it is, like I said, when it comes to that friend, I feel like there is a connection, whether it's a spiritual connection or physical. There's something there about that connection. When it comes to one of these twins, at first I thought, it was my actual person that's here at this house. You know, that might have been messing around, but I said that would never occur. They wouldn't do no shit like that. But there has been times, like I'm the type of person, once I find out you mess with one of my friends or one of my family members, it's off. You don't even have to mess with them. We ain't never got to worry about nothing like happening between us, any intimacy, nothing. Dating, talking, we just talking, none of that shit. But that's not necessarily the same for everybody. And I don't hold animosity because that's just it doesn't change the way I looked at my friend. It's just, I'm like, I took note at like, oh, that's what you do? Okay. And I never felt no kind of way towards her about it or nothing. I just acknowledged that that's how that is. But I said, that's not how I am. This has something to do with a group of children, a group of children or something. I'm telling you. It's almost like the Truman Show, and like everything has been set up like this. And again, the girl lived across the street from me, but I looked at her mother. When I see that energy, I look at her mother as that devil energy. One of the first haters that knew that this was some kind of connection that was really strong and started to try to get away or pull away from that. It just makes me think. It just makes me think. Just seeing that death certificate paper freaked me out. So I wonder if this is true, or is this another faking of a death so somebody can run off with, you know what I'm saying? It just so happened today, right? And then also my daughter's leaving out today, right? So it's almost like, you know what I'm saying? It's like somebody, maybe both of them are trying to get away, you know? Escape. I mean, that shit kind of hurt, because what did I do to you? You know what I'm saying? Why come back and pretend like you're trying to get in touch with me? But, you know, I feel like it has something to do with my lineage and of royalty, of something that is more stronger, that people want to ignore. It's a hidden something. And I think somebody wants to fill me in. I think one of them or both of them or somebody felt bad about what happened after they got everything taken away from them and were used up. It's almost like, even if, you know, another episode in Black Mirror was this girl had gotten this mail order boyfriend, but I think he was like more of a android. He was more of a, you know, and it's almost like this energy of like, could that be some shit? And they have to be activated by somebody. And when they're activated, they pay honor, they worship you. You know what I'm saying? Whatever, you know, whoever activates them, however activation would happen. That maybe this was a gift to activate this person to be exactly the perfect match to me at this point in time, mentally, spiritually, or whatever. Or even if it was some kind of learning process or something somebody have to go through. And I feel like whatever this is, it's a sense of somebody running away with the riches or leaving with the riches. And it has something to do with witches, and, you know, it just got something to do with a lot of different shit here. And I feel like, you know, God so loved the world, he gave his only begotten son. A son is a descendant. It could be a daughter too. So it makes me think again, I'm thinking about the gods with the little G's. And it's making me think about like governors, conservatorships, you know, masculine energy or whatever, feminine energy. But I could have full reign on my own in that Elizabeth energy. So it feels like all this is somebody stealing away identity, title, money, funds, wills, trust, whatever it is. And I'm just supposed to sit here with nothing. Like I said, this is speculatory, but it's just very I'm just considering something because, you know, I know how it is to be overwhelmed with children. And that's how it's been lately for, you know, some young adults or whatever, especially around here. And then I'm not saying that they don't love their children or don't love, but I feel like somebody's trying to like bind me to a lifestyle that I'm not supposed to be. I'm supposed to be doing something greater right now with my life. I'm supposed to be sharing this gift. I'm supposed to be opening up the doors to this information. But I feel like people want to keep me here on a low frequency when it comes to my information being put out, right? So that they can maybe still continue to take the essence and the ideas and business ideas and everything. Because some of us are vessels of light. We give light to any fucking thing. In everything. There's nothing that we can't give light to. And I think for centuries, what is being broken now is this way that it's like killing, like I see it as like grave digging to a sense, where killing off people from society and still using them to fuel or grow or build nations or build. Going through their Akashic records with Akashic field energy here. This is tripped out. And I know y'all see these energies. I know y'all see them here. I know you see them. This Audi, there's a car, Audi car sitting outside. Spirit wanted me to pick up on that energy too. This shit is deep. It really is. And I think the sad part is I'm feeling like I grew this amazing love. And it's like I feel like what's so gross is to have this white once in a lifetime thing and then have everybody else take over it or take advantage of it and then misuse it and leave you. Like with this kind of connection, you will never fucking recover. You will never, I don't know about you, but I will never recover my heart. I will never be able to drop this. It's almost a leaving a sense of you're always going to be looking for this. This love that you have had your hands open for, ready to do things that you would never do, walk away from your whole fucking full life into it. You see what I'm saying? And it's never going to come back again because you can never even feel that way again. So now it'll be a whole thing of me not being hardened. I'm still going to keep my heart open because I feel like that's the part. But it's an easy access for people to then send other demonic and other lower frequency and other lower frequencies into your energy. And as an empress, that it feels a defiling kind of like no. Right? It's almost like the daggering somebody in the heart. Now I'll be able to move on and maybe have a relationship, but I'm just like, no. I'm like really strange. And when I want what I want, I want what I want, and that's just it. Nothing else will do. And so I think that's what it is. That's the daggering in the heart. And there was no way to get away with it. There was no way to not have it happen. There was no, unless the person would have just, I'm hearing man up, but man down at the same time. Hills and valleys or something. It's like somebody wanted to hurt me. Have all this opportunity. And it's almost like everything was good. Then somebody decided to go left. And then once they went left, I warned them not to go in that direction. It's like God warned them not to do this part. All right. I warned them not to go in that direction. They went in that direction. They had to learn what they learned in that direction. Like I said, it's just like don't go chasing waterfalls when the mom was trying to stop him from doing all that crime and stuff. And he got shot. And then he was a ghost. And then she was doing something and he was trying to stop her from doing it. Which could be speaking on this, but I don't know for sure. But at the end of the day, how could you not? Again, as an oracle, seer, scryer, prophetess, whatever this is, like a God fucking energy here on the plane right now. And I feel like they're trying to attack God. And I think it does have something to do with, it's making me think about Michael and his angels, or whoever it was in their angels deciding to go after God. Which has me thinking about the UK, Ukraine, NATO, Crimea, all this other shit. Okay, this Middle East, Midwest energy, the United States corporation against America. It's almost I am Erica or America. And it's like, if that would really hurt, I think, if that were to happen, because we know that, lots of times people get fed up. They don't want to, it's like once I'm done playing with it, or whatever, or once it stopped being fun, I'm done with it. And those lyrics is coming through my mind or whatever. But the whole thing is, how could you do that? How could you do that to somebody? How could you take something from somebody, leave them with nothing, and then ruin everything? Like, that's mind, body, and soul. That's fighting for the soul of America. To take the soul of America, the soul, solar plexus, the soul, just the sun. that brightness that people can't take. How they keep saying they're going to have to live with COVID. They're not going to be able to get rid of it. To have people looking at the representative of God or a child of God as an infectious disease. That someone that came to bring order to the court. And so it leaves you with, again, you were linked with a God, but the God didn't want to operate in God energy. And you have to take the loss for it. Nothing is the same. Nothing will ever be the same. And it's the whole thing, the heartache and the Three of Swords with the heart with the Three of Swords sticking in it. It's like, that's what you need to do to somebody. But I feel like I was built for this. Somebody knew this was going to happen. I was built for it. So again, I'm recovering, healing, and helping other people heal, I hope, while I'm going through this. But they don't like that either. That's why there's just confusion in this way of people trying to project fear of being locked up or being looked at as you need to go somewhere and get help. Well, then that means they need to go on YouTube and anywhere else and collect all tarot readers, because everybody has their own authentic thing, and collect them. And so that's what makes me think, and I don't want them to do that, matter of fact. So let me go ahead and clear that up. That would be as if they did that, which would be also somewhat of a witch hunt or a pagan something. But it's just really, paganism is what people was doing before religion came along, when they were dealing with spirit and nature. Now, our perception of it today would be different because, you know, it just would be different today. So again, the whole thing about killing all the sons that are 2 years old or whatever it was, we have to remember that that's possibly talking more about your spirit age, you being birthed, you being rebirthed, or again, I'm keep thinking one will be in the mill grinding and one will be taken. Doppelganger energy. The ones that came to suck the information out of Akashic of the originals and be elevated in statuses. But I feel like this time it's not going to go that way. Not in my case anyway. They want to kill you off, quiet you down, shut you up, remove you from society, and then whisk away with, the one that's being formed to be in the likeness of God, and leave God in a shallow grave. Never being able to be with the social credit system, not being able to make her own money, do whatever. Like, okay, if you stole the fucking money, okay, you took my friends, okay, you fucked my friends, okay, you probably, my daughters and shit, okay, you probably did this, and that, you probably did all this or whatever, you probably hurt me, you probably listened to me, you probably, some of these people probably stalked you, they probably embarrassed you, they probably took pictures of you in an inappropriate thing, they probably, had something to do with you in your dreams or something. These people may have, molested you in a sense in your dreams or something. But then at the end of that, you're going to just, you're just going to, and I'm not saying these people in particular. When we're talking about this lineage, we're talking about a whole bunch of soldiers. We're not talking about, this is just a connection between the boy or the men that I was involved with in my youth, right? Let's say something has something to do with the fountain of youth. They never grew. That's why a lot of this, when it comes to the divine masculine energy, is very youthful energy. It's giving me like even that energy of like I think, who was that? Oh. Like a Soldier Boy or something energy. Like flashy, just like all like, because I seen him, in an image or whatever the other day with, doing that kind of activity. And again, I have nothing against it. I'm just saying, I feel like, like again, it's almost like space age pimping. Like there's just this energy here. Like I said. But I feel like whatever this is I keep hearing like something like, too much to change you. Like loving somebody too much to change somebody. And then I keep hearing Barry White, like, don't go changing yourself or whatever. But I feel like whatever this is, it's not even, it's to make me feel bad, like I did something bad to not, you know what I'm saying, be able to partake in something that was brought to me and offered to me. So it'll leave me like I'm begging, or leave me like I'm, you know what I'm saying, uh, upset, or like I'm the one that might be obsessed or something. You know, it just, it does that because of what happened to me, what was brought to me, you know, and, you know, I don't like that type of energy. But you will, like, if you are somebody that went through something like this, you know that you will never be able to really fully recover from it. It'll be on your mind the rest of your life. It will be a torturous kind of thing, you know, if you don't know how to heal from it. And some people will always be worried if somebody's going to try to, you know, say that they have some kind of illness or all this or that, or, you know, now you have to be worried also, you know, if somebody's going to try to come, you know, after you all the time, like be the hunter, not the hunted. So it's like somebody's going to be trying to come after you all the time because you know this knowledge now. And you're not the one that went and put yourself publicly and allow all these people to have access to you, your thoughts possibly, your memories possibly. You know what I'm saying? Your images possibly. So it's kind of like, then it's kind of like this energy of these people or these energies that come here and do this. They vacate the premises. You know what I'm saying? And then you're left, you know what I'm saying, in a den of vipers, or a den of something. And I feel like either they really know and they just don't give a fuck, or they really don't know. But I think maybe these people have been able to get away with this in a certain light until it comes to me. So it will be a blockage or something there for me. But I'm definitely already healing. Like, I heal as I go. So, you know what I'm saying? It's not going to hold me down from being happy, from moving on, from probably even, you know, experiencing things in the world. But, you know, it sure has me looking at beings in a different light. And it just make me think, then then what? Then what? If God came here and the light was too bright for people to even deal with them, that could be lie to somebody, God, then who the fuck is God? If everybody got to cower and sneak around, men have to cower. I'm hearing like every knee shall bow. So if men have to act like this when it comes to a woman standing in her full power and potential at this moment in time, that knows, you know what I'm saying, her work, knows her worth, then what? Who's God? If we think about the world card, who's God? If we think about the Empress, everybody's away. Who's God? See, but we have the wrong perception of what God is. It's a transferable, shareable, it's energy, it's something. But it stems from, it comes rooted from something, and it kind of shoots out, or again, it's passed around if you think about it, really. If we think about cups and wands, it's passed around. This activation serum. For some for some beings, okay? This don't have to be, you don't have to think about it like this for every single being on this earth, but for some certain beings, I feel like that's what it is. It's nature. It's nature's candy. Those are my favorite fruit, Rainer's cherries. Yeah. 1 second. So, so yeah, I feel like that's what this energy is. And, you know, it's just, I don't know, I guess it's strange when you see things in a different light. And many people will not understand that. And I would think that, you know, that's how somebody that would be, you know, different would maybe feel, you know? I think it's just looking at things in a different light when it comes to nature, what God will be, and all that, when it comes to energy. I mean, we see this here, right here on this screen. We see, so many strange activities and people acting strange and things like that. And we see the black sheep scapegoat kind of energy here all around, especially those are our seers. So, I don't know, y'all. I think that's it.